Sir,
Yes.
it's one is chapter 5 physical and chemical change, chapter 6 respiration in organisms,
Respiration in organism,
chapter 7 transportation in animals and plants,
transportation in plants and animals, transplantation, okay, transportation, okay, and
reproduction in plants,
reproduction in plants, okay,
motion and time,
motion and time, okay,
electric current and its effects,
electric current and effects, okay,
light,
light,
wastewater storage.
waste, water, story, okay. Any more or only this much?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So there are total 8 chapters, okay, and the exam date is 6th of October, right? 6th October, okay. So there are several chapters which is left to be discussed for you right now. Also turn your camera on in the class. So physical and chemical change, that has been done, okay. Now while you joined the batch, that chapter was going on and that we have done, okay.
Yes.
Do you happen to any problem in that chapter?
No.
Okay. Respiration in organism, that too has been completed.
Yes.
In the previous class we did completed that, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just 1 minute, let me reconnect from the device. There seems to be some problem. Yeah. So respiration in organism, that has been done, okay. And these are the chapters that are left: transportation in plants and animals, reproduction, motion and time, electric current and effect, light, and wastewater story. These are left, okay. Yes.
Like some chapter that I said we haven't start. I haven't actually learned its whole, but my as I'm in India, so I maybe they have finished it or I don't.
Okay, okay. So you were there in India, and like some of the chapters have been finished while you were away. You were not attending the school, right? Okay, okay. So there are several chapters that is left to discuss, and we need to complete that before 6th of October. Okay.
Okay.
And also let me know that in which particular chapters you are facing more difficulty. Out of these chapters, in which one you are facing more difficulty, so that we can take up that chapter first.
Motion and time.
Motion and time. Okay. And
Electric current and its effects.
electric current and its effects. In that chapter also we're having doubts. Okay. And then
The rest I didn't learn.
rest you can.
I didn't learn.
Rest you haven't. Okay, you haven't started yet. Okay, okay. So physical and chemical changes, that has already been done in the batch, and I suppose you shouldn't be having any doubts. If you have, you can let me know.
No.
Okay. And in the school, all these chapters have been completed in the school, right?
Not all, few only.
Few of them has only been completed. Okay, so right now, which chapter is being taught in the school?
What?
Right now, which chapter is going on in the school?
In the school?
Yeah, in the school, which chapter is currently going on?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know? Like you haven't been going to school recently?
No.
Okay, okay. Anyways, but get in touch with any of your friend and do let me know what is going on in the school. Okay. All right. So there might be requirement of scheduling some extra class because today is 26 September already, right now. So we might be having another like 4 or 5 classes and not more than that, I think. Okay, now. So there might be requirement for extra classes, okay. Also do let me know the transportation in plants and animals. Do you have any idea? Was this chapter completed in the school or not? Yes, Razan? Hello. Yes, Ruzan. You back in the class?
Yes.
Yeah, I was asking you a few things like you tell me that the chapters transportation in plants and animals, respiration in plants, reproduction in plants, light, and then wastewater story. Has these chapters been completed in the school? Do you have any idea?
Can you repeat again?
I was saying that transportation in plants and animals, that has been done in the school?
I don't think so. I don't think it's done right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, see, so there are several chapters that is left for you. So I don't think it will be possible for us to cover all of them. So if there are particular chapters for which you would be requiring the extra classes, do let me know. You have told me motion and time, and for electric current and its effects, you will be requiring extra class, right?
Yes.
Okay, and for others also, I think you'd be requiring extra class, I think. Yeah. Okay, then let's do one thing. Today we are going to start a chapter. Okay, now, but before that, I have to discuss your assignment. Okay, like in the previous assignment, question number 3, this one was wrong. Okay, now basically, question number 3 had separate questions, and out of each option, you had to select the odd one. Like there were 4 or 5 options in this, like A, B, C, and D, and several words were written here. Names of different organisms were written, and out of each one of them, one was odd. Okay, no, but you have written option number B and you written lizard, cow, earthworm, snake. Not in that manner. Getting it what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like
Yes.
let me just show you paper like what you have done there. As I can go through your question paper. It was question number 3. Question number 3 said that pick the odd one out from each of the groups that were given below based on the respiratory organs. Okay, na? So option number A was no. Razan, see option number A. You had cockroach, grasshopper, snail, and ant was given here. Okay, na? So which one of them is odd one? A cockroach has spiracles. Trachea is there in the cockroaches now. They have the trachea. Grasshoppers also have the trachea. Ants also have the trachea. But the snails, they don't have trachea. So this one is the odd one. Getting it what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
So you had to choose this one. For question number B, the options that were given were as follows. You had the lizard in this. You had a cow. You had
Good
earthworm.
evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
Sir, fine, sir.
And then you have a
Sir.
snake. Yes, Aman.
Sir, nothing, sir.
Okay, okay. Right
Sir,
now,
sir,
right
are
now,
you doing some revision?
right now, I'm discussing the assignment. Okay, now which Razan has uploaded now. So in question number 3, she did a mistake. So odd in question number B, which one of them is odd one? Can you guess the spot? Razan,
Cow.
you are saying cow. Don't go by the size. You have to look at the respiratory organ, na? Okay, na? Like some of the options given here share common respiratory organ, but one of them is odd, like lizard, cow, and a snake. And then you have earthworm. While earthworm would be doing respiration with the help of its skin, na? They have a moist skin. With the help of the moist, via their moist skin, they take in oxygen, and via the same moist skin, they release carbon dioxide gas. But do the snake, cow, or lizard do respiration via their skin?
No.
No, right, Aman? Okay, na? Then as I can read the
Yes, sir.
option number C, like earthworm is the odd one here. You understood now why it is odd one.
Yes, sir.
Then you have
Sir,
crocodile.
because of its different mode of respiration.
Exactly. Okay, na? When we look at the case of crocodile, whale, dolphin, and fish. So whale, dolphin, and fish, they have a separate kind of like you guys tell me, like what do you guys think about this one? Crocodile is there, then you have whale, dolphin, and then you
It's
have
a
fish.
crocodile.
No, no. Think carefully. When we look at the respiratory organ, one of them is odd one here. You know, whale, crocodile and dolphin, they have a common respiratory organ, that is lungs now, while fish have a gill now, right? That's why you will see that crocodiles, whale, and dolphin at a given interval of time, they have to come to the surface of water in order to breathe. Whales would be having blowholes on their body right now. Whales would be having a blowholes on their body, and they will come to the surface, and a large splash of water is thrown out of the blowhole, and a large sound and a huge sound is also produced. Getting it now? So thereby fish was different out of all the given options. Let's see if you guys can answer this one. You had the options as snake, tadpole, then you had a crow, and you have goat. So which one of them is odd here? Yes. We know that the goat, the crow, and the snake, all of them have, what do they have? They have lungs in them. Okay, now a crow has a lung, a snake has a lung, crow and goat, all of them have lung. But does tadpole have any lung?
No.
No, it doesn't have. Okay, so that is the one. So while the tadpoles have gills in them, basically. Getting it? They have gills. So the odd one is tadpole here. You guys understand about what is a tadpole now?
Yes, it's like when frogs lay their eggs and they hatch.
Exactly. So right now, so basically tadpole are kind of like when you look at the metamorphosis, the frog goes through the process of metamorphosis now. When the legs would be hatched, basically it will convert into tadpole, then it will convert into froglet, and then finally matures into a frog. Like now, for example, this is the egg of a frog, this is the egg, and this is fertilized with a sperm. So when the sperm would be fertilizing the eggs, thereby it will continue to grow. Okay, na? It grows and grows, and it grows kind of like this. Okay, and then further it grows like this. So this shape is the tadpole stage. This is the tadpole right now. Furthermore, we will see that it will develop like this, where the legs will start to form. Okay, now the front legs will form here like this. So that is called as froglet, and the tail is still there. Tail is still here. Okay, na guys, and later on it will develop into an adult frog, where the tail will become shorter. This tail becomes shorter, and now the adult frog will be kind of looking like this. Getting it, both of you know?
Sir.
So that is the thing.
Sir.
Okay, then let's continue. By the way, Aman, as your exam is over, well, Rizan, you will be having on your exam on 6th of October. Okay, so your 2 chapters have been finished, Rizan, and today we are going to take up a new chapter. Aman, you have already studied the chapter Transportation in Plants and Animals, right?
No, sir.
You were not there in the class while the chapter was going on.
No, sir.
You were not there. Okay, let's do that chapter then, okay, now?
Okay, sir.
Okay, give me a minute. I will just have to quickly clean the slide, and then we're going to continue, okay? Meanwhile, you guys don't have to sit idle. I will be asking some questions to you guys, okay? Meanwhile, you guys tell me that from the chapter respiration in organisms, I'm going to ask some questions, okay now? You
From the
guys,
chapter respiration in organisms.
yeah, respiration in organisms.
Okay, sir.
Okay, have you studied that or not?
Yes, sir, I have.
You have, good. So do tell me that in that chapter, what is the difference between the aerobic and anaerobic respiration? What is the difference?
Sir, in aerobic respiration, sir, when we respire, sir, we also produce energy, and sir, we also use glucose in that matter. And sir, in anaerobic respiration, sir, we also produce energy, but sir, it's done by our muscles because sir, we don't have enough energy left.
Not enough energy is left. Not it happens in the muscle cells when sufficient oxygen will not be reaching your muscle cells. Okay, no, like we are doing some intense
Hmm.
workout. So if the muscles are not getting sufficient amount of oxygen, then it occurs. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Razan, you also
So like
mentioned some of the
if we,
points.
sir, run a
Continue.
lot, so
Hmm.
like for example, if we run around 1 kilometer in 1 hour, or
Hmm.
say 5 kilometers in 1 hour, sir,
Hmm.
we will start to have pain in our muscles, and
Hmm.
sir, it's because because our muscles start to respire anaerobically, and sir, it
Very good.
also causes cramps.
Muscular cramps, called as muscular cramps. But what is the reason of those muscular cramps?
Sir, because the muscles respires anaerobically.
No, no. What actually forms in the anaerobic respiration? What basically is formed in the anaerobic respiration? Huh? Razan, what about you? You all also add few of the points here.
Can you repeat the question?
Repeat again.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, the question was, no, you guys have to tell me the difference between the aerobic and anaerobic respiration. How do they differ from each other? That was the question. Yeah, I'm going to reshare my screen now. Actually, I had no like to clean the writings from the previous classes. It was actually not earlier decided which chapter we were going to continue. Okay, no. So thereby I had to clean it right now in the class. Yeah, as I was asking the question, basically you guys had to tell the differences like anaerobic respiration and aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration occurs in the presence of oxygen, while anaerobic occurs in the absence of oxygen. That is the fundamental difference.
Yes,
While in
sir.
the case of aerobic respiration, high amount of energy is released. On the other hand, in anaerobic respiration, less amount of energy is released, right? Another thing we learned that, which is the site of aerobic respiration, where does it occur mostly? Mostly, does it occur in the nucleus or in the mitochondria of the cell?
Mitochondria.
Mitochondria of the cell, no, very good. While anaerobic respiration mostly occurs in the cytoplasm of the cell, the jelly-like fluid, there it happens. Okay. Plus, we learned that anaerobic respiration, uh, in the case of anaerobic respiration, less amount of energy is released. Plus, it is done by the organisms which are called as anaerobic organisms. They are called as anaerobes. The examples are some of the fungi and some bacteria. Fungi, one particular fungi is the yeast, yeast, yeast. It's a unicellular fungi that is just made up of one cell. And it has some applications also, like in the bread industry, in the alcohol manufacturing, it is used. Getting it, guys? That is one thing. Plus, anaerobic respiration, as Aman was saying, it happens in the muscle cells also, where the glucose is converted into lactic acids. And why you get to feel that pain now, why we develop muscular cramps, it is because of the formation of lactic acid. Getting it, guys, what I'm trying to say? Okay. So that is the thing. Okay, let's start the chapter transportation in plants and animals. Okay, so it is for both of you in your for both of you guys are having this chapter. So let's complete this. While in the batch, it has already been done. So it's especially being done for you guys. Okay, and both of you, I hope both of you will be consistent in the class. Okay, no, because we have to finish the chapter on time. Okay. Talking about the various systems in the human body, like we would have learned about the skeletal system, excretory system, huh? So like that, we have a circulatory system also. In your previous classes, you would have learned about the muscular system. We have learned about the skeletal system that is formed by the bones. Muscular system is formed by the muscles. Similarly, we have a circulatory system also. Okay, no? So what is the primary aim of the circulatory system, which is seen in the human body, in the other animals, plus it is observed in the case of plants also. So we know that different parts of the body, all of them requires energy, all of them requires water, it requires oxygen, etc. Same is the case with the plant cells also. Different parts of the plant body, whether it be the shoot system or whether it be the root system of a plant, all of them requires energy now, right? Say for example, in an industry, steel is being manufactured. Steel is being manufactured. So let's say for example, in Jamshedpur, steel is being manufactured, and there's a person who is setting up an industry in Kerala. So how the steel from Jamshedpur is going to Kerala? There must be some transportation system now,
Sir,
isn't it? Yes, Aman.
I'm saying that, sir, and my product is too, sir, transportation in animals or plants, and sir, physical and chemical changes is coming.
Repeat again. Repeat again.
Sir, physical and chemical changes, chapter number 5,
Hmm.
and sir, chapter number 7, transportation in plants and animals.
So it is coming where? Like in which
Yes, sir,
exam?
PT2.
Okay, in your PT2 you have physical and chemical changes and the nutrition in animals, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when is your PT2 exam?
Sir, I don't know about that, sir. Sir, maybe it's in November, sir. I know about that.
Okay, okay. I think nutrition in animals, you were there in the class, so that has been done for you. Physical and chemical change, that too has been done in the back.
Transportation in animals and plants.
That chapter you said, not physical and chemical change.
Okay, sir.
You said
And sir, sir, just a minute, sir.
Okay, you can update me in the chat box. Okay, no? You
Hmm.
can update in the chat box. Okay, well, let us continue this. So right now we were discussing about like why transportation is required. Like as I gave the example, like in a Jamshedpur, steel is being manufactured, and it has to be transported to some state of India. For example, it has to be transported to Kerala. So there must be some system by which it will be transported. There will be roadways, there will be railways, right now. That's how it will be transported now. So just like transportation of to transfer one material from one place to another, there has to be a transportation system. Getting it now? In the similar manner, we know that every cell inside the body of an organism requires a regular supply of nutrients and oxygen in order to carry out its function. Right now, it will be requiring that nutrient and oxygen to obtain energy. Right? Both of you getting it now? What I'm trying to say? Listen carefully to what I'm saying. Right? Furthermore, we know that when a cell gets the food, when it gets glucose, that glucose is further broken down with the help of oxygen. So energy is released plus some waste is also released, isn't it, guys? Yeah, Razan, Aman. So for a cell to get a regular supply of food and oxygen, there has to be a transport system now. It will go through a transport system to that cell now. Getting it what I'm trying to say? Say that this is the stomach where the food is. Furthermore, once the food will be completely digested, where does the complete digestion of food occur? In the small intestine, no? So from the small intestine, the completely digested food goes to the different cells of the body, right? Different cells of the body. But how did this food went to the different cells in the body? The food from the small intestine, how did it went? So there has to be a transport system for this, no? Getting it, guys? So the cells are getting food, basically the nutrient. That is one thing. Plus, via the lungs, we are taking in oxygen now and exhaling the carbon dioxide gas. We are taking in oxygen rich air and we are releasing the carbon dioxide rich air. So from the lungs, the oxygen basically goes to the heart now. Getting it, guys? And that heart is going to transport that oxygen to different parts of the body, namely to the cells. Getting both of you what I'm trying to say? Aman, you there in the class? So a cell is requiring
Yes, sir.
two things. It requires food plus oxygen. These are the two things that are required by the cell. And why does the cell require it? To carry out respiration, where the food will be broken down with the help of oxygen. So basically inside the cell, what is happening? Inside the cell, And where exactly inside the cell? So here, in the mitochondria. Where exactly? In the mitochondria it happens. Like the one that you see in the green color. These are the mitochondria present inside the cell. So when the cell will be taking oxygen and food, respiration takes place inside the mitochondria. So in the mitochondria of the cell, what happens? Food is broken down with the help of oxygen, and when aerobic respiration takes place, so thereby what we know that carbon dioxide will be formed, plus what else is formed? Yes, Rizan, what else is formed? Apart from carbon dioxide, what is the other product formed? Yeah, recently we have completed the chapter respiration now. Take your time and think about this. Why do we sweat? Why does sweating occur? Because of respiration taking place in the cells, and in respiration, along with carbon dioxide, water is also released. Getting it, guys?
Sir, we also have, sir, pores on our body, sir, really small pores that we cannot not see, sir,
Exactly.
through which sweat occurs.
Sweat comes out, not occurs.
Yes, sir. Sir.
So that is the respiration taking place inside the cell. So for the cell to perform respiration and obtain energy from it, it required food plus oxygen. So food will be going to the cell and oxygen will also be going to the cell. Getting it, guys?
Yes, sir.
That is one thing. Plus, what are the waste products formed in respiration?
Sir, waste products.
Yeah. Which waste products are formed in respiration? You guys can clearly see this in the equation here. Observe this. The waste product, isn't it carbon dioxide plus water?
Yes, sir.
Razan, is the carbon dioxide of any use to the body? Yes, Abu. Yes, Aman. It's of no use, no. Plus water. That extra water, you have to get rid of the extra water. So that has to be carried away from the cell. Food and oxygen has to be carried to the cell, while water and carbon dioxide, which are the byproduct or the waste of respiration, it has to be taken away from the cell now. So for that also there has to be transport system, right? Just like, for example, there's a drainage system in your locality. There's a drainage system that will be carrying the wastewater away from your house, and that will go to the treatment plant, sewage treatment plant, where that will be treated and then will be dumped into the water body. Getting it, guys, what I'm trying to say? So similarly, there is requirement of a transport system to take away these waste also. So that's the purpose of the chapter here. Okay, now every cell in the body needs a regular supply of nutrients and oxygen to release the energy through respiration, and these nutrients and oxygen need to be transported to all the cells of the body through a transport system so that they will be able to produce energy. Plus the waste product that is generated by these cells that needs to be transported outside the body, that needs to be transported to the excretory organs. Getting it, guys? So the carbon dioxide gas, it will go to the lungs. The carbon dioxide gas, where will it go? Carbon dioxide gas will go to the lungs now? Yes or no?
Yes.
And from the lungs, it will be expelled from the body via the nostrils. Via the nostrils, it will go out of the body. And the water, it will also go to the designated place, right? And the wastewater will go to the kidney, where it will filter out from the blood. Or water will also be lost from the body via the sweat glands now, which are present under the skin.
Yes.
Okay, so I have just given a crux of the things that we are going to discuss in the chapter. Okay. So hope you guys have understood why the plants and animals need a transport system. Yes. Okay. Can you guys answer the first question here? Both of you try to answer this first question one by one.
Which one?
The question mentioned over here, why plants and animals need a transportation system? Right, we have learned about it right now. The whole discussion was related to this topic. Just think about this, both of you. Take your time. In your own simple words, you can answer it. Yes, Aman.
Sir, maybe sir, plants need transportation system to move nutrients, water, gases, and waste products throughout the plant. Animals, sir, which is important for survival and for the life processes.
Good. Razan, what about you? You also explain it. Yes. Why there is a requirement of a transportation system in the plants and animal body? Why do they require it? Like, why do you require a bus to reach the school? Why do you require a bus to go to the school? Why there are roadways or railways are there? Why is it so? So that materials can be transported or persons can go from one place to another, right? So same thing here is that, like, you have a requirement that you have to study, that's why you're going to the school. So thereby the cells require the food and oxygen to perform to perform respiration. That's why it requires a transportation system. Plus it needs to get rid of the waste product that is formed here. So the waste product formed in the cells of plants and animal is carbon dioxide and water. So it needs to get rid of it. If it accumulates in the cell will die. Getting it, guys? So as we know that all living organisms like plants and animals, they need food, oxygen, plus they need water also, so that they can survive. So these necessary elements need to be delivered to the different parts of the body, different body parts of plants and animals, so that they can function properly, so that they can obtain energy and carry out their functions. So hence all the living organism would be needing a transport system in their body. No matter how big or how small the organism is, no matter how many cells are present, no matter if it's a microorganism or if it's a giant organism that you can see. So all of them will be requiring a transportation system. So hope that clears the basic thing. Yes. Rizan, read the given paragraph here.
Circulatory system. The organ system of the body that is responsible for the transport of material throughout the body is called the circulatory system. The materials transported are nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide, cells, etc. The medium of transportation is blood. The primary parts of the circulatory system are the heart, arteries, and veins.
Okay. So what we have learned right now, why this paragraph, like the circulatory system, it's a transport system. The circulatory system, it's a transport system of the human body, which is consisting of a network, right now, and that network will be supplying the food, water, oxygen, and other substances throughout the body, right now. So wherever there is a requirement of food, water, or oxygen, so that will be transported via this system. You can think of this like these are the roadways, network of roads. Just like a city is, different parts of a city is connected with roads now. Like now, for example, in a given state, there would be lots of villages and towns, and all the villages and towns, all of them are connected. Different places in the towns or the villages, like the schools, hospitals, museums, sports stadiums, all of them are connected via the roads. So if one thing has to be transported from one place to another, it will be via the network of that road. Similarly, for example, the blood will be pumped by the heart, and each and every cell in the human body requires blood, because blood will be carrying all the things, all the necessary requirements, like the nutrients, oxygen, or other things that flows inside the body. It is in the blood. Getting it, guys? Okay, no? That is the thing. So the organ system of the body that is responsible for the transport of material throughout the body, that is called as the circulatory system. And what materials are traveling in this? So the materials that are traveling in this are the nutrients. Nutrients, what are the different type of nutrients, guys? Oh, different type of, repeat again.
Fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, like that.
Yeah. Rizan, I would highly recommend you to please use some like earphone or some headphone. The voice kind of breaks. Okay, no? It kind of breaks in between. So it's sometimes not audible properly. Okay. Yeah. Furthermore, in which medium in which medium all of this is flowing? So all of this is flowing in the blood. So the medium of transportation is blood. The medium of transportation is blood. Like for example, the medium of transport, if you happen to visit someplace, it could be the car, it could be the bus, it could be the railways, it could be the aeroplanes, etc. So that is the medium of transport for we humans now. So in the body, in the human body, the medium of transport is blood. The blood will be carrying all these things. So think of the blood as a vehicle, and all these are the passengers of the vehicles, like nutrients, oxygens, carbon dioxides. So all these are the passengers sitting on this vehicle, and that vehicle is going to carry it wherever that will be required. Getting it? What I'm trying to say, Aman and Razan? Okay. And these are the primary or the main parts of the circulatory system, namely the heart, vein, and arteries. Further, as we proceed, we will be learning about many other things. We'll be learning about some other important topics in it, like we'll be learning about capillaries. What are capillaries? We'll be learning about so many different things in this. Okay, no? So that's the thing. Okay. Are you guys making notes of this?
Yes.
Okay. In this, there's an important addition that has to be made. The primary parts of the circulatory system, they are heart, arteries, veins, and here you'll write and blood. And blood. Okay. What do you guys understand by blood? Huh? By the way, we know most of the organisms have the red colored blood now. Huh? But is it true that all the living organisms on Earth have red colored blood? Or can they
No.
have different colored? So they can have different colored bloods also, right now. Like some of the organism will be having a blue colored blood now, right? Have you guys seen the blood of the lobsters or blood of crab or like some of the scorpions? They have a blue colored blood. Getting it? We'll be learning about the blood once you guys are done writing this. Okay. Oh, by the way, one more thing. Like, see, you guys will be already provided with the notes. So from there, you guys can make the notes. Okay, no?
You will be provided with the notes?
Yeah, you guys will be provided with the notes. Okay, no? Okay. Right now, like I'm providing the notes of the 8th batch. After that, I will be providing the notes of the 7th batch. Once the notes of 8th batch will be finalized, then the notes of this batch also will be shared. Okay. Okay, so in this way, we can complete the chapter sooner. Otherwise, if guys were to note everything, it will be taking some time. Okay, so here we can see this is the structure of the human blood. So what interesting thing I was telling you that usually we get to see that it's red, but the blood can be blue, it can be green, it can be purple also. In fact, it can be yellow colored also. Think of an organism that have a green colored blood. Huh? Ever seen an organism that has a green blood? Yes. Yes, Aman. Yeah. Have you ever seen an organism that has a green colored blood? There are several organisms that have a green colored blood. Okay, for example, you know about the caterpillars?
Yes.
Caterpillars sometimes will be having a green colored blood. Okay, now leeches also have a green colored blood. Getting it? Some of the organisms will be having a colorless blood. there will be no color of the blood. It will be basically transparent like water. Okay. Anyways, coming back to the main topic here, what we know about blood, we know that blood is a red colored fluid. It is a red colored liquid, a red colored liquid that flows in our body through the blood vessels, namely through the vein, arteries, etc. So a red colored liquid that flows through the blood vessels, through the blood vessels. That is one thing. Further, the blood is being called as a connective tissue. Blood is being called as a connective tissue. So why it is being called as a connective tissue? So by the term connective itself, it means that connective, like something is being connected here. It must be connecting something now. That's why it is being called as a connective tissue. Getting it, Aman? Razan? Oh, okay, na? So the reason, like for example, muscles are called as connective tissues. Huh? Muscles are called as connective tissues. Why they're called as connective tissues? Because they are, yes. Why they're being like for example, bones. Huh? Different tissues in the bodies are called as connective tissues. Different tissues in the bodies are called as connective tissues. For example, bone is called as a connective tissue. Blood is called as a connective tissue, along with some other tissues in the body. The reason why they're called as connective tissue, because they will be kind of acting as a glue which will be holding the organs and the structures of the body together, or they will be joining the different parts of the body together. Getting what I'm trying to say? Bone is called as a bone is also called as a connective tissue. Why is it so? Because it is holding on the things together in the body. It is holding on the essential structures together. It is holding the organs. If there were to be no bones, will our organs be in place? Will it be held in its place? Obviously no. So similarly, this blood is also holding things into place. Plus, I mean to say, it is also connecting the different parts of the body. It is connecting the different parts of the body, right? So that is the case of the blood. Hope you guys are able to understand this. Plus, it will be connecting the different systems of the body through the transport of oxygen, nutrients, and waste. So as we look at this diagram here now, it's a clear depiction of how the different parts of the body are connected here with the blood vessels here. So blood is being considered a very special connective tissue as it connects all the systems of the body, all the organs of the body through the transport of food, waste, and oxygen. Like for example, roads connects the different parts of the cities, isn't it? Roads connects hospitals, schools, institutions, industries, etc. Getting it, guys? So the blood is also connecting it is connecting the heart, stomach, lungs, kidney. In fact, every cell in the body is connected to each other with the help of the blood. Getting it, guys? You can understand it in this manner. Like you have these are the different infrastructures in a given city. Like this is school, this is hospital, this is your home. All of them are connected via the network of roads. So all of them are connected via network of road. Similarly here, you have different cells in the body. Let's say this is the cell of the heart, cell of the lungs, your brain, your stomach. Okay. So all of them are connected. How are they connected? So they are connected via the blood. Getting it now? So the blood is passing through all these organs. You can't say that a separate blood is passing in the heart. Can you say a separate blood passes in the heart, or a separate blood is going to my brain, or separate kind of blood is going to the lung or the stomach? Do we say that? No. Aman, you there in the class? You're silent. And also turn your camera on in the class. Is Aman Mustafa, you there in the class or not? So hope you guys are able to understand this. Okay. So blood is considered a type of connective tissue because it connects the body's different system, transport oxygen and nutrients to all the parts of the body, and also removes the waste product that is formed in the different part of the body. Is that much clear so far? Okay, now? Okay, then let us talk about the functions performed by the blood. Functions of blood. By the way, Razan, do you revise the chapter after the class? Like after 10 hours, the class will be over. So do you revise whatever we learn in the chapter?
Yes.
You do? Okay, that's a good thing. Okay, no? Also, like you have been uploading the assignments regularly. That's a good thing which I have seen. Plus, you can just do it on a sheet of paper also. That will save your time. I'm just saying this. If you find that convenient, that is also okay. Okay, no? Only saying so that you can save some time. Okay. Also, do tell me which books do you follow? Which book is being followed by your school, or do you follow any other books for science?
What do you mean?
Do you follow any other book? Or do you follow some books like NCRT or some other books based on the CBSE pattern?
No, only the one.
Only the one that is being prescribed by your school. Anyways. Okay. Also, if it will be possible, just get a headphone or like earphone, like you can borrow it from your brother or from someone. Okay, no? All right, let's continue. Okay. Talking about the blood acts as a medium of transportation of all the essential substances throughout the body, like oxygen, nutrients, waste products, all of them is being transported inside the body. The first thing is that it acts as the medium of transportation. Okay, now transportation of essential substances throughout the body. Throughout the body. So, for example, what are the materials it is going to transport? Let us understand. So, blood is going to transport the following materials. First thing is it is going to transport oxygen, food, waste, and then water. Okay, now that is one thing. Further, blood would be bringing oxygen from where? From where the blood would be bringing the oxygen? You tell me. Yes, Aman and Razan. Where you guys think the blood would be getting the oxygen from? From which part of the body?
From the nose,
Not from the nose.
mouth,
Why would be taking oxygen from the mouth? Which is the respiratory organ in the human body? It is lungs now. So blood is going to bring the oxygen from the lungs. Getting it? Say that this is the blood taking away the oxygen from the lungs. So it takes away the oxygen from the lungs. And where that oxygen will be transported to? It will be transported to a cell, no? Say that this is a cell. Okay, now this is a cell, for example, to where the oxygen will be transported. Okay. So blood will be transporting the oxygen from the lungs to the cells, right? And it will be transporting it to different cells of the body, whether it be the cells of the stomach, muscles, whatever cell is there in the body, to each and every cell it will be going, except for the dead cells. Now, which part of the body have dead cells? Yes, Aman and Razan, which part of the body have dead cells?
that's it.
Yeah, where the dead cells could be there. Our nails, when it overgrows, then it have dead cells. Hair, and the uppermost part of the teeth or different parts of the skin also, right now. So all of them contain dead cells. So the dead cells will not be carrying out any process. It will not be carrying out anything. So thereby these things will not be transported, the oxygen will not be transported to the dead cell. Keep that in mind. Okay, now that is one thing. Furthermore, we know that the blood will be carrying away the whatever waste is produced in it, whatever waste is produced. Okay, now so say that the cell produces the waste. For example, it produces like whatever kind of waste it is going to be producing. Okay, so blood would be carrying away the waste material from the cell, and it will bring it to the organs like kidney. Getting it? So it will bring the waste to the kidney. Okay, now the kidney will be now filtering away all the waste from the blood, and thereby making the blood pure. What does the kidney does? Kidney takes out the waste from the blood, like it takes away the urea and other waste present in the blood. Got this now? So thereby now it will be filtering the blood. That is one thing. Furthermore, what we know that talking about the food, so we have the organ that is small intestine, where the complete digestion of food takes place. So the blood will be absorbing the nutrients from the small intestine. Look at the arrows. Pay close attention to arrow. By the way, this is a cell from any part of the body. So blood will be bringing the nutrients from the small intestine to the cell. It will be bringing in all the digested nutrients to the cell. The nutrients will be provided to, in fact, all parts of the body through this blood. So you understood all this thing or not? Please let me know. Yeah. Okay. Aman has left the class. See, that is the problem with Aman. He is not being consistent in the class. Okay, no. Otherwise, like students would be missing on lots of important things when they miss the class. Okay, no. So that's all for today. We'd be ending our class with some of the questions. Okay, no. Do tell me what are the main part of the circulatory system in the human body? What are the main parts of the circulatory system? Moments ago, we have learned about this. Yeah. What are the different components of the circulatory system of the human body? Heart, you are saying. Okay, okay. I heard it as what? I thought you were asking me the question. Okay, no? Okay.
Arteries, veins,
Arteries, veins, heart, and
blood.
blood. Okay, that's good. Okay, answers. Okay. Answer one more thing. What are the waste products that will be formed in the cells? What waste product will be formed in the cell?
Like carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. Okay, and water also.